Think of your body like a perfectly wired smart home. When your brain wants to move a muscle, it sends an electrical signal down a nerve, much like a current traveling through the walls to flip a switch and turn on a light. For decades, doctors understood ALS as a disease where this internal wiring simply frayed. The connections would mysteriously break down, and one by one, the lights inside the house would flicker and fail. Without a way to look inside the walls and see exactly why the cables were failing, medicine was stuck. Physicians could only watch as the signals stopped reaching their destinations. For 30 years, this forced the medical field to treat ALS as an inevitable darkening process, rather than a problem with a specific, targetable cause. Recent breakthroughs have changed that perspective. We now know that ALS behaves like an autoimmune disease. The house's own security system is malfunctioning. Specialized immune cells, which are supposed to protect the body, are actively attacking the cables that carry your brain's instructions. Spotting the specific attacker shifts the medical strategy towards stopping an invasion. Doctors can now focus on blocking these immune cells before they can cut the next wire. Redefining the disease as an active attack is the first step toward finding a way to intercept it. In medicine, you cannot fix what you cannot see. The toxic protein that breaks the body's wires used to be invisible in living patients, making it impossible to track. New PET imaging technology is now acting as a set of internal security cameras for the brain. These scans use special markers that specifically light up the toxic proteins. They turn an invisible threat into a brightly illuminated target. In the past, this type of nerve damage could only be confirmed during an autopsy. Having a working visual gauge allows doctors to verify if their treatments are hitting the right target. They can watch in real time to see if a drug is successfully clearing the protein from the house. Intercepting the disease requires moving even faster. If a doctor waits until the lights physically go out, the damage is already done. Scientists use blood biomarkers as biological motion sensors. They spike and trip an alarm at the first sign of nerve stress, before physical symptoms appear. Using a genotype-first strategy, doctors pair these alarms with genetic testing, scanning DNA to pinpoint the exact faulty wire. For certain genetic forms of the disease, a precision drug called tofersen is deployed to patch the error. In specific cases, this treatment has done something previously thought impossible. It has halted the decline, and for some, even started to reverse it. Detecting the alarm early and hitting the exact genetic target changes the disease's trajectory. It creates a path where the damage can be stopped before it becomes permanent. The next layer of defense involves a form of fireproofing, using gene therapy to strengthen the remaining healthy neurons so they can resist toxic proteins. Finding the right chemicals for this protection is now being driven by AI supercomputers. These systems screen billions of protein combinations to find existing medicines that can be repurposed to protect the house's wiring. This significantly accelerates the entire discovery phase. Instead of slowly guessing at targets, researchers can focus their laboratory work on the most promising candidates identified by the computer. For patients whose wires are already cut, the challenge is finding a way to restore their lost abilities. Brain-computer interfaces are providing a backup router for the nervous system. These tiny, wireless optical implants sit directly on the brain. They bypass the broken wiring entirely by reading the brain's intentions and sending them directly to a computer. Even when the body's physical wiring fails, a person's thoughts can now be successfully routed to the outside world. The medical playbook is changing. We are combining imaging to see the enemy, genetics to stop the attack, and implants to restore what was lost. We are moving toward a time where we can see the damage coming and intervene while the body's wiring is still strong.